believe that you were involved in this scheme to defraud this family.
We have tough questions for a woman charged in what prosecutors say is a nationwide crime. It ultimately caused a Nolensville family afraid for their safety. For a year, Chief Investigative Reporter Jeremy Finley has been tracking the people charged, and tonight, one of them agreed to answer his questions.
They believe that you were involved in this scheme to defraud this family. What do you say to that?
It's so far from the truth.
The truth, Noelle Sims says, is that hers is not a family of criminals, despite their matching mugshots.
Your brother, your ex-husband, your mother, yourself have all been charged in what is described as a scheme. You say you're innocent.
I am innocent.
The mastermind, according to court records, Noelle Sims' brother, Leighton Ward, accused of trying to convince families that their mortgages are fraudulent and to pay him to file lawsuits on their behalf in a fictional court. The News 4i team found families like this one in California stopping payment on their mortgage after consulting with Ward and are now in default.
Put it this way, I want to see him go away for 50, 60, 70 years, whatever it takes.
A Nolensville family even took out a restraining order against Ward after he told them a fraudulent mortgage meant his family, not theirs, owned their home.
He has also been described as running a pretty elaborate scheme that you are now charged in.
I don't believe there's malice in him. I don't believe he's out to hurt anybody.
Ward is accused of being a sovereign citizen, someone who doesn't believe in our government, and files bogus paperwork as vindication for their ideology.
So you don't believe what he's done is a scheme? You don't believe that he has tried to scam people out of money? You don't believe that?
No, I don't. I know him. It's not who he is. He's truly trying to right a huge wrong.
Sims says her brother convinced her too, that even though they sold their family home in Nolensville, they still owned it outright. But Sims says she didn't know Ward would go to the family who bought that home and tell them they were trespassing in their own house. Sims is now charged with attempted theft in a scheme to take control over that property.
What would you say to people that might see this and say, this poor woman, she has no idea that she is caught up in her brother's madness?
I wouldn't call it madness. I would call it passion.
Well, Noelle Sims has pleaded not guilty in court. She said she could not speak on behalf of her mother, ex-husband, or brother, none of whom have returned our calls for comment.